Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of King of Dirt Radio. I'm your host, Rob Hazer, from the promoter's chair. Stop it. You're far too kind. Oh, please, stop. You're far too kind. Appreciate that. What we got for you today is an action-packed show. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I have been extremely busy this summer. As you know, I'm involved in quite a few things, including running the King of Dirt Racing Series. So it's been a while since I had a chance to grab the microphone, record something, and, put it all together so that everybody can have a listen. But we're going to do that today. We got an action-packed show for you. We're going to talk to some drivers. We're going to preview this Saturday's upcoming King of Dirt Sportsman Series race at the Lebanon Valley Speedway, the Battle on the Banks. We're also going to go over some things that have happened previously on the King of Dirt Series Tour. As everybody knows, we've got one race left for points on the Pro Stock side of things. And on the Sportsman side of things, it's just starting to get into our busy season. So stick with us. We're going to take a ride through it all. Let's go!
3 wide is number 1.
Track's fast. I was pretty much holding to the pin the whole time. Never got lifted.
Car was real fast. Brand new car. King of Dirt Pro Stock feature winner, Nicky Stone.
Oh, what a restart here as Rocky Warner and Tim Hartman Jr. come together on the front straightaway.
Michael Sabia is up to the challenge. He will slide ahead of Doyle, and Doyle's going to cross over and come right back. 3 wide for third place off of turn 2. Double checkers go in the air, and Michael Sabia is Mr. Crate Track USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's King of Dirt Pro Stock main event is Jay Corbin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Northeast Crate Nationals now belong to the Flying Squirrel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Warner, 2015 King of Dirt champion.
Your 2015 King of Dirt champion by a mere 5 points, the manimal Nick Stone.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for our sponsors, a commercial break. Everybody always gets a chance to hear the sponsors here on KOD Radio. I got our first guest on the line right now. He's no stranger to everybody. He's entertaining, he's fun to watch, and he's really turned into quite a Pro Stock driver. Of course, he won a Pro Stock Series race this year, June 12th, back on at Utica Speedway. Luke Horning, thanks for taking time to spend with us today.
No problem.
Luke, I just wanted to talk, first of all, you kind of shook the bugs loose and you got the monkey off your back. You got a King of Dirt Pro Stock Series win at Utica, as we just mentioned. How did it feel to be? I mean, that was a pretty stout field, the 36 Pro Stocks. How did it feel to get that one off your chest?
Yeah, that was that's my biggest win so far. A good group of guys. I've never beat guys like Robbie or anything like that. I've always I've started in front of them, always finished behind them. Never had the car that I felt could be them more confidence to be able to beat them. And no, that's definitely my biggest win so far.
Now, that's not your only win you've had this year. You've had quite a bit of success so far this year where you've been racing your Pro Stock.
Yeah, 8 other ones. We got a total of 3, counting that KOD race at Utica, and 3 at Glen Ridge, and 3 at Fonda also.
So you're lighting it up on the Full Fender Series this year, virtually everywhere.
Yeah, definitely the best year I've had so far. We still got quite a bit of racing left, too. I'm hoping, I'm happy with 9, don't get me wrong, but it'd be nice to be able to get to 10 or 11.
That'd be quite a season for you. Now, currently, you're sitting 6th in the King of Dirt Series points. You're not mathematically eliminated. How do you feel about your chances at Lebanon Valley? I know it's not a track you visit frequently, but tell us a little bit about the different challenges it presents you as a Pro Stock driver.
Probably the biggest challenge I would say is mentally going there, just not being happy with the place in general. I don't like the banks. I don't like the problems that we've heard, rumors with the tech and the guys on the computers like, oh, everybody's illegal, that gets in your head. But then again, now we're on the 6,000 rev chip with the 3,000 pound weight rule with only crate motors, so that makes you feel more confident. And I've always said, well, as long as the rules are the same, the track's the same for everybody. I wish it was a place that I was more comfortable with going, like, to race on a Saturday. Like when Fonda would rain out, we would go to Orange County to race and drive right by the valley, even taking that chance just because of the banks and stuff. And the guys at Lebanon Valley aren't like guys at other tracks. You can go to Malta, they got the real good guys, but you can still be competitive with them. It's like when you go to Lebanon Valley, their real good guys are really good at Lebanon Valley. So it's very hard just to go there and be competitive. And the guys that are beating me in points right now are Lebanon Valley guys. It's not like we're going to Utica with Lebanon Valley guys ahead of me. We're going to Lebanon Valley with Lebanon Valley guys ahead of me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I can totally understand where you're coming from on that. It definitely is a mental game when it's a track that you're not as familiar with. and some of those other things that you had touched on. I think that they've done a good job as far as cleaning that stuff up and and moving forward. You hear a lot of things on social media, and most of it's nonsense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I have heard a lot of them talk about they are cracking down, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know guys wish there was more tech, but short of really harassing people, I mean, we harassed people pretty good at the last King of Dirt race, but with weather, there was threatening rain, and we wanted to do more, you know what I mean, but we couldn't get into more because of the weather. But I have heard they're doing some things to crack down there. They're checking different things, and hopefully when we get there on the 27th of August for your guys' finale, you can, have a solid run. What is your goal? I mean, are you trying to crack top 5 in points this year, or?
Well, that would be, that would be good. I don't expect to go out of there with a win by any means. I would like to think that I would get a little bit of support from Nick, being that I do run one of his cars and he's been there, so I'm sure that can't hurt with the setup. We've always made changes to go there, but we've never had a chance to, have somebody that's been there for, 5, 6, 7 races that can tell us, hey, you should run this for a right front spring. This is what you're running for crossway. This is what you run for stagger. We went there with the wrong gear. We've never been even at the end of the feature. I always made a note. Okay, this is what we got to start with the next time we come. Then the next feature. This is what we got to start with the next time we come. We should have a better chance of going there with our notes that we've had from the past 2 races there, and with whatever Nick will help us with. It should help us, be more comfortable with maybe be able to get a good starting spot. I think with that KOD series, the biggest thing is getting into the redraw. Because you can, you could start first or 12th as long as you're in the redraw. I'm comfortable as long as we're in the redraw.
Yeah, absolutely. And, to be honest with you, I've thought well and hard this year. A lot of guys ask me, how come you don't do timed heat groups and stuff like that? And the more I watch the timed heat races, it's not exciting for the fans, you know what I mean? And it almost seems like the drivers get it too easy. So I'm a fan of the redraw, I guess you could say. But for big races like the Nationals and stuff, we do time trials. But I can understand what you're saying where you're right into redraw. Now, I know where if you're into redraw, you can be competitive and run up front.
Yeah, now, what's nice about that redraw, too, is, when you go to a place like for example, Mike Welch coming to Utica, he didn't have to worry about, he was in the redraw, he knew he was going to be good, he didn't have to worry about any of the other, the previous KOD races hurting him, and I think that helps that series a lot. The guys can show up to only their track and know they're going to be okay, they're not going to be hurt because they haven't been at the other races.
Right, yep, nope, you make a solid point there. Now listen, you've had a lot of success this year. Tell us a little bit about who's helped you out, and this is your chance to give some thanks to some people that I know have visited Victory Lane with you.
Yeah, first, he didn't start out the season with me. It was Mike Soul. He came on after I talked to him once at Utica, not about sponsorship, just talked to him about his son racing, what it was like difference owning a sportsman compared to a modified, having guys like, Stuart Friesen drive for him and stuff. And then when we had that wreck at Fonda, he mentioned something about, the week before that, he mentioned something about helping me out, and then he bought me a couple barrels of fuel and a couple tires, and then that, I think we won the first week with him on the car at Glen Ridge. And then we had that wreck at Fonda, and he's like, what's it going to take to get the car fixed? And he paid to have it fixed, and then, made it look nice again. And then did the same thing again after he wanted a new body for Utica, and when they were running up there every week with Mike's car, so we did it again, and, he's helped out a ton. And then my loyal guys like RCT Roofing has been helping me out for years, and his is a friend that's going to be there. You can always, I don't have to ask him, but he knows when we're hurting for something. He knows when we're getting low on tires. He can see it, and he helps out. And he's a real friend there. He helps you on Saturdays too. And then you got the guys, that help on the car like Shane Playford and Alex and Austin Humphrey and Slater Baker. And my girlfriend, she helps more than, she doesn't get enough credit because she pretty much lets me do whatever I want to do. If I want to race, we can race. If I want to race every night of the week, that's my choice. I know what our budget is. I can do anything I want to do. I can spend as much time in the garage. I don't really have no limitations on anything that I do as long as we got, enough money for bills. And she covers more than the majority of the bills. So I got it pretty easy when it comes to that stuff. And then I got a good, Kevin George, the guy does my lettering, gives me a super deal on lettering my race car, to help promote his business a little bit. But then he also works on the car. He takes care of the tires, and that does. You always hear guys complain about the tires. I don't have to really mess with tires. Once in a while, I just put some suggestions in. Shane will groove them and grind them, or Shane will groove them and wash them. Kevin washes them and grinds them. So.
Well, Luke, it sounds like you got a solid team there. I'm proud to see the success you're having this year, not just on the King of Dirt Series Tour, but all over through your racing program. I've watched you race for a long time, and you've come a long way. And I like seeing people get behind you and support you, and this whole new attitude. They call you cousin. I call you Mr. Excitement. I wish you the best of luck the remainder of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Luke Horning, driver of the Soul Traveler Repair 2H. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
You are listening to From the Promoter's Chair. Special thanks to all of our sponsors, drivers, tracks, and fans for their support. Stay tuned for more on the King of Dirt Radio Network.
Hoosier Racing Tire is proud to be a part of the tremendous growth in popularity of racing. We are focused on producing the best performing race tires in the world. We work hard every day to provide the safest and most dependable race tires on the market. We are excited about what we have been able to accomplish so far and look forward to what is to come in our future.
All right, welcome back to King of Dirt Radio. Now that we got the cousin out of the way, Mr. Excitement, we are moving along and talking with another Pro Stock winner on the King of Dirt Tour this year, Dan Older. Dan, fresh off the Northway and buzzed us during Connor Cleveland's interview. Thanks for taking a moment to speak with us tonight, Dan.
Not a problem.
All right, let's jump right into it. You picked up a King of Dirt Pro Stock feature win Albany-Saratoga during the full fender firecracker. It had to be a boost of confidence after you struggled a little bit the first couple of races.
Yeah. Yep, we've been struggling a little bit. Most of the season we were running the other car, and then we switched over to the old car. Things started to turn back around for me.
Now, Albany-Saratoga being one of your strong points, you got a chance to go out to the Utica Rome Speedway to start the season, and we're heading to Lebanon Valley on August 27th. What's the mindset of the different racetrack surface? Is it challenging for you?
Yeah, I like it, though. Everyone's a little bit different, so.
Now, you said you switched cars. You had the newer car, I would assume, to start the season?
Yeah, yep. We had the coil car to start the season off. We ran that, I think, for the first 6 weeks.
And then this car you're running now, I would assume, is a Leaf Spring car.
Yeah, yep. We switched back to the Leaf car. At least for now, anyway. We'll have the other one out sometime before the season's over.
Now, I assume that you've got plans to remain in the top 10 in points. We are heading to Lebanon Valley August 27th for the Pro Stock point season finale. We do have one other race after that at Utica Rome on September 9th. But our point season ends August 27th at Lebanon Valley. What's the mindset of a guy going into you just were there for the Dirt Car Pro Stock Tour not too long ago. What's the mindset going into that last race? Just try to get the best finish you can and stay in the top 10, or do you look into to upset and pull off a win?
Just looking to stay out of trouble and get the best finish that we can get. And them guys are tough down the valley that run there week in and week out, so we're going to get what we can get and hopefully stay in the top 10. Yeah, I mean, everyone's on the chip, and everyone's 3,000 pounds, and everyone's on a crate, so that should level the playing field out pretty good. So we'll see what happens in the King of the Dirt.
All right, now there's a few people I'm assuming you got to thank for getting you where you've gotten so far this season. You've picked up 2 feature wins, if I'm not mistaken, at Albany-Saratoga in 2016. So go ahead and give them their moment in the spotlight.
I got to thank Joe Lazaro and Lazaro's Auto Body, Mike Morrissey. He comes and helps me with the car all week. Jack Cottrell and Walt Schwinning, they stop over, and so that's about it.
All right, Dan, well, thanks for taking the moment out. I know we caught you just after you got home from work, but we wanted to wish you the best of luck the rest of the 2016 season.
Thanks very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Older, driver Lazaro's Auto Body number 97. You will see him this Friday, also August 27th on the King of Dirt Tour for the Points Championship finale. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Garage has been servicing Mellonville and surrounding areas for many years now with ASE certified technicians. Big or small, Speed's Garage can tow them all. A1 Installers is a successful business specializing in service repair and refurbishing of office and home furniture. Stone Motorsports is an industry leader in the Capital Region, providing multiple services for full fender Pro Stocks. From chassis building, fabrication, to custom work and parts, Stone Motorsports builds winning race cars for manimal drivers. Parts Plus in Maston, New York has been part of the full fender scene for years. They supply the nut and bolt type parts along with oil and filters you need to keep that Pro Stock running in the front. All proud sponsors of the King of Dirt Pro Stock Series.
Welcome back to King of Dirt Radio from the promoter's chair. My name is Hazer, still chatting with drivers, making our rounds, with the 2016 King of Dirt feature winners this year that'll be at the Lebanon Valley Speedway as we head into our Lebanon Valley swing. And one of those guys is no stranger to the high banks, all the way from Mellonville. Robbie Speed, thanks for taking time to join us this evening.
Oh, thanks for giving me the call and giving me the opportunity to join you.
All right, let's jump right into it and talk. You have had an absolutely outstanding season. You have started off with a win. You finished in the 6th, a second. So consistency is absolutely important. It's what Nick Stone did last year heading into the Valley. He needed to finish 16th or better to win the championship. I hear you need to finish 12th or better. That's if somebody else wins a heat race as well. What's your thoughts heading on the 27th, heading to the Valley? You've got championships and wins there. Do you think you're a favorite?
Well, I think it's all going to boil down to the draw as far as where you start the Valley. Now that we're on the dirt program, which, like I said, it's all going to come down with the draw. We went there for the tour race. We went from 26th to 10th, so it can be done.
Yep, that's well spoken from a guy who, obviously knows how to get around the high banks. Now, we did have a different track on the tour this year. Tell me a little bit about your first experience you ever had out at the Utica Rome Speedway in Vernon.
Well, I did find out there's no berm. No cushion at all. So, but I enjoyed it. The people were super. It was a nice visit. Just a shame that we're going to be on our tour in Canada for the dirt tour. I missed the last one. So, I kind of liked the place. It was kind of fun. It was a very interesting track.
Yeah, we've been talking a little bit about that with some other guys. We've already talked with Dan Older and Luke Horning, and, they say the same thing that, hopefully next year. And I've already talked to Bill Shea about next year, making sure that we can get that second Pro Stock race there that's a points race so that you guys get another shot at racing out there. I didn't know it conflicted this year, so, unfortunately I didn't want to jam anybody up or have anybody make a choice, so we went with a non-points race on the 9th. But it's a good facility. Then you had 2 races at your home track, Albany-Saratoga, and it looks like you did pretty well.
Yes, I got a win in a second. We were bad. We were right there for the win for the second time round. Just couldn't make it happen.
Now you've also got some feature wins there. Tell us a little bit about your season, how you're doing elsewhere too. That's your King of Dirt.
Our dirt tour hasn't quite been living up to its expectations this year. We went to Granby for the first show, and I broke a bracket on my steer. I had to hold on it with one hand and steer with the other, but we did come back from started 30th there. We came back with a top 10 finish, so thankfully I was able to hold on to pull that off. We went back to Malta for the dirt tour, and unfortunately we broke a motor, and that was a 22nd place finish, and then on to the Valley, and we ended up getting caught in a wreck on the last lap and gave us an 18th. So, but this past weekend we just went to Cornwall. We pulled off a 6th place finish on that track, and that's kind of a lot like Utica Rome. It's very slick, and company is great up there. The Canadian people are super to deal with.
Now, going into Lebanon Valley on the 27th, Robbie, tell us a little bit about what your mindset is. That's been the big conversation, is the mindset of Lebanon Valley is different than most places for some reason. It's got that mystique to it almost. Tell me a little bit about what your plans are heading into the Valley. Are you just shooting for that 12th or better, or you want to go out on it with a bang and kind of pick up a win at one of your old stomping grounds?
Well, I haven't. I've had 15 or 16 consecutive seasons with a win at the Valley, so it would be nice to continue that streak of consecutive seasons with a win rather than just end it at 16. So I'd like to get a win, but we'll take a top 5 and be happy.
All right, this is the time where I always ask, give me a little information about who helps you out. You were telling me a little bit about your shot guy. Tell everybody about your shot guy and who helps you get to, to victory lane and be as quick as you are to Mellonville Missile.
Of course, I wouldn't be nowhere without Scott. Scott's the mastermind behind my tires and the setups, and of course I got Andy Costello out of Vermont. He's my shock wizard, my go-to guy when we just had a meeting last night on the phone. We had a conference call between Scott, Andy, and I. We went over, discussed a few things that we didn't like with the car at Cornwall, and trying to prepare ourselves for the upcoming Canadian tracks. The Canadian tracks are a lot like Utica Rome. They're very slick. Of course, my wife, Christy, my son, David, he works real hard. My in-laws, they help me, support me every week. My parents, and of course my business is the garage is, that's where we do all the master work here and make it stay together each week.
All right, Robbie, thank you for taking time out of your schedule this evening to talk with us. We wish you the best of luck clinching the championship at Lebanon Valley Speedway.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You are listening to From the Promoter's Chair, Special thanks to all of our sponsors, drivers, tracks, and fans for their support. Stay tuned for more on the King of Dirt Radio Network.
For well over 25 years, Dodson Construction has been an industry leader in constructing, remodeling, or upgrading homes. They are a full-service company with specialties that include construction from foundation to roof. With a full lineup of heavy equipment, Dodson Construction can handle any job, big or small. And with a wide variety of replacement windows, Dodson Construction can help you keep your heating bills down. When he's not building dream homes, Rich Dodson fields a successful racing team along with his lovely fiancée, Donna Marie. Call Dodson Construction today, proud supporters of the Northeast Crate Nationals at Albany-Saratoga Speedway and King of Dirt Racing.
Yes, welcome back. Paying tribute to some of our sponsors here, playing some commercials to up the game here a little bit. They help so much every year. I'll be honest with you, there's so many people involved with King of Dirt that it's hard to get them all in at once. It's hard to remember them all, more or less get them all in. I mean, I have to check my sheets all the time, so just wanted to thank everybody involved. If you need to see everybody that's involved with King of Dirt, first of all, you can read the sponsor quip that comes out with every press release. We also blast it on social media quite often. We have sponsors, Sunday Sponsor Spotlight, where we spotlight some sponsors that do some things for the King of Dirt series. Also, you can go on our website, www.speedzoneonline.org. That is the official website of the King of Dirt Racing Series. You can check out all our sponsors on there and different things that they're, different people that are involved with the series. It's also got all the latest news. It's got the latest King of Dirt radio show. It's got the point standings, quick results, nationals history, all that good stuff. So speedzoneonline.org. Also, don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. And we have 2 Facebook pages, 2 Twitters. Lots of information comes out from King of Dirt. We try to keep the local our tracks that are involved with our series, the local tracks that are involved, their news going as well through our site, and sometimes we miss that because we're putting out King of Dirt news. But big news coming this week. We started getting ready for the 2016 Northeast Crate Nationals at Albany-Saratoga. That's on September 9th. That's after the Valley Swing. The Valley Swing consists of 3 straight races at Lebanon Valley Speedway, starting this Saturday, August 6th, for the King of Dirt Sportsman Series. Then we go back to the Valley on the 27th for the championship night, if you will. That is for the Pro Stock Series. We'll crown our champion that night, even though we do have a race left on September 9th for the Pro Stocks out at the Utica Rome Speedway. Next year, we're going to make sure that one's on a Sunday and make sure that's also a point race with our friend Bill Shea and Kim from out there at Utica. So we do have, and then the next race for the Valley Swing takes place Thursday, September 1st for Mr. Crate Track USA. It has quickly grown to become one of our more popular shows on the tour because it's accompanying the Mr. Dirt Car, Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series. And last year, Michael Sabia picked up a win in that race. But there's lots of stuff happening. We started getting the Northeast Crate Nationals going. We're about to drop some pretty big news here within the next week or so about the Northeast Crate Nationals and things that are going to be accompanying it and what the race card looks like for the evening. And last year it was a big race. We did a whole different format and it worked out real well. So I'm pretty confident we're going to stick with the same format. Last year we time trialed everybody. The top 6 were automatically locked into the redraw. And then we did 3 qualifying mains, the B main, the C main, and the D main. 4 cars out of each go into the feature. 2 of them go to the redraw. That gives us our 12 redraw cars. And then we run 3 consies, take 2 out of each. That gives us our 24 qualified starters. And then we fill in spots 25 through 30 with provisionals from the King of Dirt point standings list. So it's 30-car starting field. It's going to be big again. Past winners include, obviously, Tim Hartman Jr., more recently, Rocky Warner has also won that race. Jeremy Pitts probably would love to get that race, and since he's in the thick of things for the championship, that's going to be a big race because remember, that race is weighted heavier than the other races. So there's 100 points for the win, 97 for second, down by 1. All non-qualified cars get 50 points. So Nationals news is starting to shape up. We're about a month away from that. We're starting to really get into our busy season for King of Dirt. As I mentioned, the Valley Swing. I did have somebody ask me, How does the throwaway work? The throwaway does not take effect until race number 5, so the first 4 races are real time. So it's real time for both your provisionals and your point standings until we hit race number 5, which is the second race at Lebanon Valley. Once that second race at Lebanon Valley takes place for the sportsman side of things, Pro Stocks don't have a drop this year. Sportsman, once that second race takes place on September 1st, Thursday, September 1st, then we will automatically drop your worst finish, whether it be, you weren't there on hand because you had a wedding to go to, or, if you just had whatever your worst finish is if you were at a mall, we will automatically remove that for you, and you will see your point standings go. So at the end of the year, you're going to have 6 races that determine your final point standings. Going into our finale at Bear Ridge Speedway, you're going to know pretty much where if you're not going, you're going to know how many points you've earned up until that point. If you are going, you're going to know how many points you need to gain or how many points you need to maintain. So it'll all work out, and it's going to be a good time. Connor Cleveland picked up a big win out at the Albany-Saratoga Speedway back on the 24th in the Friday Night Lights event. He came from deep at Utica, Rome to finish 3rd. He is our current point leader. Connor, thanks for taking some time to join us tonight.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure to come on here and talk with you about the series.
Well, that's what we're going to chat about first and foremost. Take us back. I know we haven't caught up in a while as far as on the radio show. Take us back to Utica, Rome. You had quite a run coming from deep back on June 12th all the way up to 3rd in a pretty stout field.
Yeah, I think we started about 20th at Utica, and we made our way up to 3rd in the feature. Rocky started up. He made the redraw. We missed the redraw by 1 spot. Rocky got the redraw. I think he ended up starting on 3rd or 2nd with Market Rallies. That track he won is definitely one of his best tracks, and if you let him get up front, then it's pretty hard for someone to come from the back and get up front to get out there and beat him. So, but I was happy with the deep run from the back to come up and get 3rd, which put us in the position that we're in now to be leading the King of Dirt points. So hopefully we can just keep the good runs coming to keep us up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you probably know as well as anybody, wins are nice, but consistency is key. But you managed to do both so far on the King of Dirt series, being consistently in the top 5. Moving to June 24th, you were on rails, man, and you picked up a huge win at Albany-Saratoga. It's a race you won a year prior as well, so you've won that race twice now. What was it like to pick up that win again?
Yeah, we went out for the time. We did the draw. So finally, for once in my life, we had a good draw. We started in the front row for the heat race. We pretty much checked out in the heat race, and the car felt awesome. So we just kept watching the track, adjusting to what the track was doing, and the car was completely on rails. I mean, got in the lap traffic, and I could pass in the black. I could pass anywhere I want. I could drive the car anywhere it needed to be to pass people. We won it 2 years in a row, like you said, and I definitely wasn't expecting them to win the same race 2 years in a row because it just seems like every time I win the past 4 years, it's been on the same weekend every year. But, that's probably besides the National, that's probably one of the biggest races at Malta for the sportsman, and nice to win a big race like that.
Exactly. Like you say, it was a big race at Albany-Saratoga. Friday Night Lights does belong to Connor Cleveland. However, you're the point leader now heading into a track that's unfamiliar to you. I know you don't have a lot of laps at the Valley. You have raced there in the past, but you're not extremely familiar with it like some of the hometown guys like Jeff Watson or John Virgilio or Michael Sabia. Tell us a little bit about what your mindset is as the point leader heading into Lebanon Valley for the Battle on the Banks this coming Saturday.
Yeah, we've only been to Lebanon, I think, 4 times in the last 4 years that I've been racing. We seem to always be in the top 10, but we can never really see past the top 10. So going in Lebanon, I got to stay clear of the wrecks because it seems like when people wreck there, they completely demolish cars. So I got to stay clear of that. And I just kind of look to get a top 5 or top 10 finish and do decent or win at any other tracks that we go to, being that this is probably one of the weakest tracks we'll go to. Yeah, we have Utica and Malta. Not very many guys around here have been to Bear Ridge, so no one's really got advantage there besides a couple guys that are running the tour. So I just got to look to in the top 10 and get a good finish there.
That's exactly true. Getting a good finish at Lebanon Valley is key. Last year we predicted it would be the swing state, so to speak, to kind of change things around, and it definitely changed the shape of the championship chase. This year, you're on track to possibly claim the crown. Tell us a little bit about who helped you get there, Connor. Who are some of your sponsors and people you got to thank? You know, give them a big shout out.
Yeah, I got to give a big thank you to Dean's Electrical. You know, he sponsors us while working on the car. He makes sure he makes every race. He's in the shop pretty much every night that we're in there. Big thank you to Saratoga Masonry, Rocco's Pizzeria, Arrowhead. We got Bob's Bakery, Cleveland Landscaping, all my guys for everything they do. I got Ray Cohn, Broad Albin. I mean, just everyone who puts in the time and the support of us to know that we could actually have the potential to win, not one, but to win a contention to win the 3 championships right now between the King of Dirt, Malta, and Weed Sport. So, you know, just everyone who supports us and gives a helping hand whenever they can, any way they can. It really goes a long ways.
All right, Connor Cleveland, thank you for taking time to chat with us just for a moment. We wish you the best of luck Saturday at the Battle of the Banks.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and this is my main man, Tom, and my other main man, Tom. Come in. Wow, that thing weighs more than a car. Could you point to it, please? That's it, right. Whoa, it's gone. Will there be anything else? All you have to do is point. Could you also take... Wow. This is cool. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
For over 30 years, Elmo's Auto Body has been providing some of the very best collision repair for customers in Ballston Lake and surrounding areas. With a highly qualified staff of experts at 2 different locations, Elmo's can handle any collision repair job, big or small. Elmo's Speed and Supply is your one-stop shopping spot to keep your race car running. Give Elmo and Chris a call today and let their family-run businesses satisfy your automotive needs from collision repair to dirt track race. Make it your next call.
All right, we're just about to wrap things up here on King of Dirt Radio. We did get a chance to talk to all of our feature winners in the King of Dirt Pro Stock side of things. We also spent some time with Connor Cleveland, our point leader on the sportsman side of things. The only winner we did not get a chance to catch up with is the Flying Squirrel Rocky Warner. Rocky, unfortunately, has some other obligations, will not be with us at Lebanon Valley this coming Saturday, so we just kind of previewed the Valley Swing. And we didn't forget that he won a race and he's our defending champion, but he won't be with us Saturday at the High Banks. So let's take a look at that race this coming Saturday, August 6th. The Battle on the Banks, the second edition. John Virgilio won it last year. That's the third leg of the 1-800-GOT-JUNK King of Dirt Crate Sportsman Series presented by Dodson Construction, Elmo's Auto Body, and Hoosier Racing Tire. That's 30 laps, 1,000 to win, 100 to start. There is a $20 entry fee for all sportsmen this weekend. You'll have some JT's heat race winners. They'll get some cash and swag for their heat races. Also, the Hoosier Tire Hard Charger. Hard Charger will get a Hoosier Tire certificate. We'll have the newcomer of the race and the fast timer of the day. That's all this Saturday at Lebanon Valley Speedway, along with the big block modifieds, the small block modifieds, pro stocks, and pure stocks. So full card of racing as we start the Valley Swing this Saturday at Lebanon Valley Speedway. All right, that'll just about do it for us here. I just want to take a quick moment to remind everyone, King of Dirt official apparel will be on sale at Lebanon Valley Speedway. $20, any size. Supplies are limited, and they are selling quickly. So if you're thinking about getting your hands on some swag, you might want to do so. I don't think they'll last much longer. Next week, we'll talk to the winner of the Battle on the Banks. We'll preview the Pro Stock Championship race on August 27th with a couple of more Pro Stock competitors. We'll take a look at how the sportsman points are coming along. So, again, visit us online. SpeedZoneOnline.org is the website. You can visit us also on Instagram. You can visit us on Twitter. And you can visit us on Facebook. Also, just wanted to take a quick moment to say that you can listen to the show now in 2 different places. You can listen to it on our SoundCloud podcast channel, or you can head over to our YouTube channel where we'll have the audio up as well. So 2 different options for you to listen to King of Dirt Radio Network. That's all for this week, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of everybody involved with King of Dirt, thanks for taking time to listen. We appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, fans, friends, and especially our tracks, Albany-Saratoga, Lebanon Valley, Bear Ridge, Utica, Rome, for being part of the 2016 King of Dirt season. And I'd like to thank all you, the listeners. Appreciate it. This is Rob Hazer signing off from the comfort of my lazy boy from the promoter's chair.
They went from horrible to about as good as you can get in feature time. A lot of side-by-side racing there, but it was good. I'm glad to see another one of my cars finishing up in the top 5.
The winner of Friday Night Lights is Connor Cleveland. You know, between Lyle and Howie and the work they did on the track this week, it was tight, and this car loves tight, and it was fast.
Double checkers are in the air. The battle on the banks goes to the 14 of John Virgilio.
I tell you, all those late restarts had me nervous. We didn't draw very good. Started 10th. We just, bided our time, stayed out of trouble, and tried to be there at the end.
Didn't make it through the heat, didn't make it through the Conti, but luckily we got a provisional, and we just threw the kitchen sink at it there for the 100-lapper, and boy, it was fast.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. I don't know what to say.
Dave Constantino with a lot of momentum that time, rides his way up through turn number 2. He'll be your new race leaders.
These guys got playing dirty pool, doing slide jobs early on. We had to master the game.